Isn't it interesting how one small choice today becomes an entire universe tomorrow? Like a single pebble flicked into a pond. The ripples keep expanding, wider, larger, touching shores you'll never even see. That's how choice works. That's how life bends. Zoom out. See the big picture. Right now, maybe it feels like just a decision. Do I keep my head down? Do I play safe? Do I fit in? But chunk up to the 10-year picture, the 20-year ripple, the lifetime echo. Because fitting in isn't just about this moment. It's about a future self who looks back and whispers, "Damn, I traded my roar for their applause." And standing out isn't just about now. It's about becoming the ancestor who planted oak trees that shade generations you'll never meet. And your unconscious already knows which picture feels lighter in your chest. If you stay in the cage, energy calcifies into boredom. Creativity withers into complaint. Joy dries up into routine. Your spirit gets so used to the box, you stop even trying the door. And in the end, the only thing left is a quiet bitterness that tastes like rust. And that's the side effect of not acting. A life that looks safe, but feels like slow motion suffocation. Your unconscious doesn't want that. Not for you. Not for anyone. But if you dare, if you shake the bars, climb the fence, make the wave. Year one. You piss some people off, sure. They laugh, they scoff, they sneer. That's just the echo of their cages rattling. Year 5. You've built something that glows, a business, a community, a path that didn't exist before. Year 10. You're known, not for obedience, but for originality, and people respect you, even the ones who once mocked you. Year 20. You've left footprints, not in sand but in stone, footprints that whisper to the next ones. See, it's possible. That's the payoff, that's the legacy, that's the big fucking picture. And as you imagine those futures, notice how your body leans ever so slightly toward the one where you breathe free. How your chest feels heavier when you picture the cage. How your unconscious is already choosing which path to reinforce. Because even now, as you hear this, you can begin to decide your fear is just the fuel. To remember that every rebellion starts as a whisper. To notice how your future self smiles when you act today. And you will act in small ways first, then in larger. And the waves you make will carry further than you can calculate. Think of a river. At first it trickles, barely moving pebbles. Then it carves valleys, reshapes land, builds canyons so massive they outlive civilizations. Your choices are that river. Tiny actions today, one conversation, one creation, one refusal to obey, will carve landscapes tomorrow. And just as no one can stop a river once it finds its course, no one can stop you once you let yourself flow. And maybe your old programming pipes up. What if I fail? What if they laugh? That's adorable. It's like a seed saying, what if I crack? Seeds must crack to grow. Failure is just the soil splitting so that the roots can drink. And isn't it funny? The ones who mock you now will be the ones quoting you later. That's the drama. That's the twist your unconscious already loves. So as you hear these words, as your mind plays with the pictures, the what ifs, the yes buts, you can allow the deeper part of you to lock in this truth. When you choose conformity, you choose decay. When you choose courage, you choose expansion. Every wave you make multiplies. The cage door was never locked. And every time you feel fear, you'll smile and think, this is the cliff. This is where wings grow. And then you'll step, and the wings will open, and the world will never look the same again.